Well, I got the motor in the 450, and I have to rewire everything too. I got a solenoid here. I got to make new battery cables to go from the battery to the solenoid, and then from the solenoid to the starter. When you have the Onan set up, the solenoid's built onto the starter, so you don't have any of this in there. So I got to kind of redo all this. And back here, I got the motor mounted. I still got to hook up the wires to the coil and to the charging system. Right now I'm draining the oil out of it, and I got to hook up the fuel lines. I need a longer throttle cable also, because the Onan throttle cable hooked up kind of where the spark plug is on this thing, and this one has to hook up down here under the air cleaner. So the choke cable's good, but the throttle cable's too short, so I'll have to get a new throttle cable. But I'm draining the fluids out of it. I'm going to put in some new fluids, and I'll see if I can hook up these wires to the starter, and then we can see if we can get this bad boy running. But that's about it. I'm going to bend a piece of gas line to go across the top of the motor like it's supposed to on these type, and you know, we'll be in pretty good shape. The fuel line on the Onan ran out the left channel on the frame, so I took it out and moved it to the right hand channel. That should be no big deal. This has the electric lift on it, and I noticed that the lift down here isn't even hooked up. I assume that it hooks up to right here, but it's not hooked up for some reason. That's a future issue. Right now I just want to get it running. Steering's all screwed up too, so I think I'm going to have to try to oil up the kingpins a little bit before I drive it. I had driven it before and it was tight, but it's been sitting in my driveway for 2 months, if not 3, and we'll see if we can get it going. I just about got the oil changed out here. I got the engine full, and I got to do the tranny. But this is going to be pretty awesome when it gets going. Look at all the smoke on the bottom of the hood from the old Onan. I guess it was smoking, blowing oil or something, but you know, that's going to be a fun little tractor. Can't wait to get it going. Probably aren't going to get it going today. I'm going to run out of energy, I think, or time. But this is what it's going to be. It's going to be nice. Alright, until next time. Now, this stupid tractor has a frozen kingpin here on the left front tire. Seems like every one of my 400 series machines has this problem. So I just took off the mount here for the wheel, or for the tie rod rather, and put some liquid wrench on there. It doesn't spin too good, and I know a lot of times the grease gets hardened up in here, so I'm just going to take my little torch here and torch it. It's probably going to blow up in flames because I got liquid wrench on there, but just heat it up. It'll just burn off in a second. But what I found is that you get it nice and hot, you take the grease fitting out, and if you get it nice and hot, the grease will start to bubble out that hole where the grease fitting was there. And usually when it gets to that position, you can grab that wheel and monkey it around and slide it out the bottom eventually. But then what I do is I take it out, and then I take the kingpin to the wire wheel and just clean it up. It usually just gets a little bit of rust on it. And who knows how long this tractor was really sitting around. And it had tough steering when I got it, so I knew this was the problem, but just sitting here for 2 months, it's become unturnable, if that's a word. Unturnable, yep. So again, I'm just going to heat this up for a few minutes and see if I can get that grease to flow out of the hole from the Zerk. It looks like it's close. I see it bubbling. It's real close to coming out of the hole. There it comes. Here it comes. It's funny. you can see the grease in the hole there, bubbling. Feel that. I actually have like a big piece of pipe, so if I take the wheel off, I can put the pipe right on the kingpin and give it some leverage and work it back and forth, but I should be able to move this thing. You can hear the grease like popping in there, melting. Let's see. I mean, it moves, and that's about all I can move it right there. I'm going to take the wheel off and get my pipe and do the leverage method here. We'll see what we can do. Got the pipe on there. Might not see it, but it's come down about a ½ inch. It's a lot of work. Baby. It's down about an inch. Well, we'll get it out, but I'm down about an inch and a half. I don't want to hammer on it because I've hammered down here before and broken these whole things off. I don't want to break it, so I think I'll keep doing this. It's painful, but it will work. Well, I got it out, and just as I suspected, it's all pitted and rusty. So what I'm going to do is just take it over to my wire wheel and clean it up. You feel this, it's pretty rough, and all it takes is a little bit of rust to make it not work right. So we'll shine this sucker up and put some oil in there and throw it back in the hole. See what we got. Well, I got it done. Look at that. Works good now. So I just got to put the Zerk back in, tighten all this up, put some grease in there, and we'll be good to go. Alright. Amazing what a little bit of rust can do. But we should be in good shape now. This is great. Alright, I'll put it back together. Now, I probably should do the other side because the other side doesn't work nearly this good. So we'll go do that too, I guess. Now, it got dark out, but look, check this out, man. These wheels are working awesome. No effort at all. Both kingpins cleaned up. Steering box is turning great. Very happy with this one. Look at that. Look how easy those things turn. All greased up, all nice. Piece of cake. Piece of cake. Very simple. This is great. Well, now I can put the gas tank in it and move on. Now, I made some new fuel lines. The old ones were really, really shot beyond repair. And, you know, I'm just going to put the gas tank in, and then basically all I need to do is make my wire go to the coil. And I needed a piece of cable to go from the solenoid to the starter, and I can try to start this thing tomorrow. I can't wait.